Hello and welcome to another video update on Bitcoin. Yeah, if you like the updates, if you like the analysis and appreciate the content, make sure you subscribe and also let us know in the comments which other coins you'd like to see in future videos. Also give the video a like, please. Let's start. We are here on the daily time frame. We are taking a look at the chart from an Elliott Wave point of view. It's an analysis model that we use, which is unfortunately often misunderstood, but here on this channel we give our best to educate and also give you our best perspective of the price structure, forecast, and so on. Now, what we have seen last week was a break above the upper boundary line of this trend channel already. So the idea is that the market is currently moving up after that breakout that became more likely. And then the price today has finally broken above a key level. We're going to take a look at that in a minute on the smaller time frame. The idea was on the weekend, I mentioned that many times, that the resistance area for this week is here, between $115,425 to $120,400. I think in yesterday's video I shared with you that a lot of liquidity based on different models, there are these heat maps and everything, right? They are not actual orders, but they show, assumed liquidity is positioned in this area around $118,000 to $120,000. This is also our area of interest because it's a standard Fibonacci resistance area. That's the other thing. And in addition to that, if we use the volume profile visible range, you can see here that in this area, especially $118,000, there was a lot of interest before, so the likelihood is high there will be a lot of interest again. And these levels often act as magnets for the price. So look, the market came down, we had a reaction to support, we're now moving up into or towards resistance, and then from this area we might see a C wave to the downside that gives us an A, B, C structure. This is one scenario, that we're tracking here on the daily time frame. However, if in this area, so someone asked me earlier today, Ben, what's after going into resistance? Now, let's first get there, right? That was the focus over the last few sessions. Hey, let's first get to resistance. And if we get to resistance, then, I can't tell you what's going to be, what the market will do there. We have to watch for reactions. And the nature of the reaction will tell us if the market is likely going to move down. So if we see a micro 5-wave move down from there, it is an indication we're going to move down in a C wave. Or if we break through, that might even be an indication we're heading directly to new all-time highs. That is currently not clearly preferred. I don't trust that yet. I hope for it. I guess a lot of people would like to see that. I'm very open to it. I would like to see one more high either way. I guess most of you as well. That could be directly or that could be after a larger wave too. But actually, I rather hope for the larger wave too, because a lot of things are lining up in this area around 96K. The 1-year moving average, for example, the 50% retracement to 61.8 retracement, the fact that, well, it's not really a fact, but, well, it is a fact. It's not an impulse to the upside, From this low, it's more like a corrective, messy structure. And also, it would be more bullish, because if we have a so-called 1-2 setup like this, then afterwards the rallies should be more aggressive and take us higher. So that gives you a quick idea of the overall context. I'd say let's take a look at the shorter time frame on the Bitcoin chart. But before we continue with the short-term chart, let me quickly highlight something interesting from our partner Bybit. As part of the World Series of Trading 2025 that we talked about in a previous video, Bybit launched a special event inside this called the Onchain Wave, and traders who use Bybit Web3 and trade selected tokens can compete for weekly and overall rewards. So for example, the top traders each week can earn up to 8 BBSOL. That's currently worth around $1,800. And there's also a large prize pool at the end of the competition shared among the top 1,000 participants. So the event runs until the 15th of September. So it's still possible to join and participate in the weekly competitions. If you'd like to check it out, you'll find the official On-Chain Wave link in the description. And if you don't have a Bybit account yet, you can also use our partner link in the description to sign up and explore all of the features that Bybit offers. Let's continue with the shorter time frame here on the Bitcoin chart. This is now what we've been tracking over the last few days, really. And the idea here was and still is that we could be in a B wave bounce. So quick reminder, I only shared that in the video earlier today with you guys. A wave up. Yeah, that was the A wave of the B wave bounce. You already know this B wave. We just talked about it on the larger time frame. And then this B wave obviously is an A, B, C structure itself. And the internal B wave here, I mentioned maybe as a triangle. That actually played out nicely. So we talked about this wave structure earlier today, right? That this B wave potentially completed as a triangle pattern. Now a triangle is a 5-wave move, A, B, C, D, E. And so what we often have is a breakout to the opposite side of the E wave. I gotta say, triangles are usually quite unreliable patterns, but it played out. Yeah, we had a breakout to the upside. Is it a full-scale breakout? I mean, momentum is okay. Triangles often break out quite rapidly. We do have that, but this is now a key spot because the market pushed above the line, previous swing high from end of August, and now we're consolidating there. So I'll treat this as a triangle for now that broke out to the upside. It certainly looks like a triangle, but it was still difficult to spot because of this higher high that we had here. So it's a so-called running triangle, which means the B wave did overshoot. That's actually quite bullish. And yeah, so that's what we're tracking. If this is really the case, and if this was really a triangle, which I assume, then for now, then the market should be moving up in a C wave for now, higher. The C wave should take the price to the 100% extension. How do we measure that? Well, we take the length of the A wave. The B wave was the triangle, and then we go to the end of the triangle. That's the B wave, low, end of the triangle. And we compare then the length, or we project basically the length of the C wave. And the 100% extension is often an ideal target. It's at $116,330. So yeah, getting there. So let's see if we can move to that area up there. For now, momentum remains up. It would be ideal to stay above this green line now at $113,530 to keep the momentum up. We'll see. Still looking okay. And I'll keep you updated if anything changes. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional chart updates and much more. You can find the links in the description, and it takes you here to our X profile where you find a lot of additional content. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.